You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days of Our Lives fans. We've got a special Days of Our Lives comings and goings a few days earlier than we usually do it because there's some big stuff happening that we're excited to share with you about two uber villains that all of Salem would be united against and would love to see run out of town. One is coming and one is going. So this is definitely comings and goings. We're going to dig into that right now. But if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Days of Our Lives spoilers, casting news, all the fun stuff that you want to know about your favorite NBC streaming soap opera. All right, so let's talk about who is in. Richard Wharton is back as Dr. Wilhelm Rolf, the DiMera's crazy, ponytailed, silver-haired mad scientist who specializes in Stefano clone making, resurrecting the dead, curing their amnesia from being resurrected from the dead, and apparently gaslighting and brainwashing. Dr. Rolf is a busy madman. He is back next week on Monday to do the bidding of Megan Hathaway and Lee Shin. So why do they need Dr. Rolf back? Well, they need someone re-brainwashed who has been deprogrammed, and that person is Harris Michaels. So you might remember, if you watch the spinoffs, that we first saw Steve Burton reprise the role of Harris Michaels that he played way back in the late 80s, and he brought it back on Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem Chapter 2. He was seen in his Navy uniform. It was very officer and a gentleman. And he was romancing Hope, but he was really trying to get a prism away from her. And he almost killed her on their wedding day. And then we come to find out that he was brainwashed into doing these things. Of course, they had to redeem him because they wrote Steve Burton a 1-year contract to keep him at Days of Our Lives. So now Harris is doing the bidding of Kate Roberts, who has asked him to kidnap Megan. She really wanted her killed. That was what she wanted, but Harris is tired of murdering people. He's got a lot of blood on his hands, a lot of red in his ledger, and he doesn't want to do that, but he thinks sticking her in his CIA black site is basically dropping her down a hole and putting a lid on it. He doesn't think that Megan will be a threat to anyone if he drops her off at a black site. So that's his plan. Unfortunately, he showed up at the DiMera mansion just to tower over her and basically give Megan a warning that he was coming for her. How good is it to let a crazed megalomaniac know that you have a vendetta and are coming for them? It doesn't seem smart, especially because she does have a plan for him. Megan keeps telling Lee Shin that she wants Harris Michaels to be the leader of her army of brainwashed super soldiers that are going to help her take over the world. So that's why she and Lee Shin have brought Dr. Rolf back into town. She has a lot of plans going right now, and Megan Hathaway is the other half of this equation. Dr. Rolf is coming and Megan Hathaway is going, which kind of doesn't make sense given that he's coming into town to do her bidding. Let's talk about this. So she already told Lee Shin that she wants Stefan DiMera dead. And while Lee was a little squeamish, the bottom line is he really wants Gabby Hernandez. And if he thinks she's a widow again, he'll stand a chance of winning her back. Of course, if she finds out he was involved in any of this, then none of that'll happen. But Lee Shin is just a smitten kitten and is doing what he's told by Megan on the off chance that he will win Gabby back. So Lee knows that Dr. Rolf is coming back to town, and as a matter of fact, Megan has tasked Lee with getting Rolf settled and getting everything that he needs so that he can do the brainwashing she wants done. So I don't know if this is going to be down in the tunnels below the house where they've got EJ and Kristen stashed away right now, or if they're going to set him up in another lab. Remember the last time he did brainwashing, it was Eric Brady and Brady Black had gotten Rolf and brought him to finish unbrainwashing Stefan, and it was ludicrous. They had like a colander and I don't know, some alligator clips and some batteries and a blender, and it looked like some really bad science. So let's hope he gets a better lab than he had in that crappy little hotel room where he finished frying Stefan's brain. Of course, that experiment turned out okay. Stefan's back to himself, but he doesn't know that his crazy big sister is plotting to kill him, and it looks like she she is going to unleash the mayhem at the engagement party that she is throwing for him and Gabby on Friday, June 30th. Now, Friday, June 30th is important. Rolf gets into town that Monday, the 26th, and we have confirmed spoilers for him both Monday and Tuesday, the 26th and 27th, and I suspect we'll see more of him in addition to those spoilers. But the big deal is that Miranda Wilson, who plays Megan Hathaway, revealed that her last air date is July 6th. So that means a week after this engagement party, she is gone, which begs the question. First, does that mean when she's gone that Dr. Rolf is going to leave town and he's going to stop whatever he's doing, or will he keep carrying out orders? Dr. Rolf is really good about carrying out DiMera orders, even when the DiMeras are not around. He is still doing Stefano's dirty work, and the man's been dead forever. So just because Megan's gone doesn't mean that Rolf is going to stop doing what she wants. However, with Megan disappearing, we have to wonder if Harris Michaels gets the better of her. I do think she's probably setting up some kind of plot so that she can try and kidnap him and hand him over to Dr. Rolf, but it's not clear if that succeeds. With her being gone in a week, it seems most likely that Harris succeeded or someone else helped him out and got her dropped off at a black site. However, her son Dimitri von Leuschner is sticking around. Peter Porta has got plenty more scenes. He is on contract now, so there is a whole lot to unpack with this new DiMera. We have a little more to tell you about this comings and goings reveal, but if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Days of Our Lives casting news, spoilers, promos, and more. All right, so the Rolf Cummings news, comings and goings, his part is the coming and showing up, is Monday, June 26th, and then it'll be Friday, July 6th that we see the last of Megan, at least for now. And I will say this, it is one thing I like about Days of Our Lives is that it's a revolving door of cast. So just because your favorite leaves or someone you've enjoyed watching leaves, it doesn't mean they won't be back. Heck, they most likely will be back because Ron Carlivati, the showrunner, runs people in and out depending on what the front burner storylines are. And the nice thing is, even if you die in Salem, that doesn't mean you won't be back. You might be back as a zombie on Halloween. You might be resurrected for good. It's very rare that dead is a permanent condition in Salem. So, and that stands true for Megan, who was thought dead for a couple of decades. And now we're going to see how she exits, but exit she will as of July 6th.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.